What's up guys, it's 2Bricks and I decided to come back and do another one of these Let's Build videos because it's been a little while since I did one, and now that I'm done with Brickfest and that whole busy weekend is over with, I can get back to just making regular content for you guys, so I'm definitely excited for that. So this is a really cool little droid that was featured in the trailer for The Force Awakens, and it was one of those things that back when we didn't really know what form new Star Wars was going to take, it was really nice to see this actually puppet being operated and kind of lumbering out of the front of Maz's castle. So that was a really cool thing. And yeah, and then just it kind of became like almost instantly iconic because it was one of the first new kind of creations that we got to see from what The Force Awakens was going to be. So I decided to build one because Lego never gave us one, even though we did get a Maz's castle set. It's just such a cool looking thing. I felt like I definitely had to make one. So if you guys want to see how to build this, stick around because that's what we're about to do right now. Alright you guys, here's all the parts that you will need to build your Hurid-327. We're going to start with the central spine and body first. So we're going to take this modified brick with the plates on the side, and then this headlight brick, and then this 1x1 red piece. And I'm just going to place a red plate across the front of it. I'm going to take a second 1x4 red plate, and I'm going to place that in front of that. Then we take our 1x2 dark bluish gray piece, and above and below that we're going to place a 1x1 red tile. I say red, I mean dark red, you know, the whole thing is dark red, so you guys get it. So it's going to make up kind of the central boxy section of the body. And then on the back, to kind of secure this all in, we place another 1x4 dark red plate. And then there's some kind of mechanical detail back here, which I'm representing with these 1x1 black clip pieces. Just kind of line those up. Gives it kind of a cool, interesting look. So next we can build up the side panels that make up the kind of face of the thing. We're going to use a 2x2 on that side, and then we're going to use a 1x2 on this side. And then we can just place this 1x4 slope piece, or yeah, rounded piece on the side of that. That kind of builds the profile. On this side, we're going to take one of these bar and stud pieces, and we're going to plug it in to this, which is going to kind of represent a little bit of extra eye detail on the front of this. There's actually a little camera thing off to the side of the main eye, and that's what that represents. So we just plug in this 1x2 rounded plate for the kind of face, and then we do the kind of main sensing eye piece on the front there. Next up, we'll take our binocular pieces and we'll just place this right here to kind of give it this interesting little mechanical detail that the droid has. And we're going to place a 1x1 black clip, which is going to be what holds in the arms. We can repeat that on the other side. Binoculars and a clip. So next I think I'll do the legs, and I have one of these Exoforce arm or hand pieces which goes right into that headlight brick at the bottom, and that holds in this 1x3 or 3 stud long gray, it holds in this 3 stud long black bar which acts as the hip joint. And into that we plug in these two black kind of old droid arm type pieces on either side of that, and just kind of get it lined up. You don't want to leave too much of the bar poking through because there's a little bit of extra detail on the hips, which is represented here with these 1x1 red tiles, and I just want to make sure that there's enough room in there for those. Just kind of get it centered up. There you go. And then a little bit of an illegal technique here where we're going to plug in these Exoforce hands sideways, clip into clip, which is something Lego kind of frowns on a little bit, but these old black pieces are pretty flexible, and I think that they can handle the stress. And then for the bottom of the legs, we use these round 1x1 dark red bricks, and we'll just put a little black stud in here for the kind of joint detail, and then we put 1x2 red jumpers for the feet. So there you go, now your Hurid can stand. There you go. So next up we'll assemble the arms. So take a shoulder joint here, we'll place the red Exoforce arm into that, and then for the elbow joint I'm using a standard small size of minifigure Star Wars blaster, which just has a perfect kind of angle and detail to kind of show that piston kind of look that the arms have. And then I'm plugging in one of these new grabber arm pieces for the forearm, and then into that we'll plug in one of these also pretty new rounded bar pieces for the hand. And then above and below that we place this 1x1 plate and tile, which gives just the impression of kind of a grasping red hand. And then that gets plugged in to our shoulder assembly like so. Oh, and actually I've realized I made a mistake here. If I unplug this really quick, we want the arm to sit behind this clip right here. So the arm goes in the back, that goes there, and then this piece sticks out. And this piece is what allows us to clip in or to insert these cool big old shoulder plates, which I'm not sure what function those actually serve on the real thing, but they're really cool looking. So we put these two radar dishes, the 3 wide and then the 2 wide, just plug those in, and that makes the shoulder on the one side. So we'll quickly do the arm on the other side. It's the same deal again. We go T-bar into Exoforce arm, and then blaster piece for the elbow, grabber arm piece for the forearm, plate with bar for the wrist, and careful. And then the plate or the tile on the top, 1x1 tile, and then the 1x1 tile, or then the 1x1 plate on the bottom. Tile, plate. Why can I just not remember those? It's so easy. Just angle this a little bit, and we place that into the other side like so. And then there's actually a bit of asymmetry in the design of this, where the plates on the one side are a little bit smaller than the other. So what we do is we take this rounded jumper right here, and we place it into this rounded kind of bottom tile like that, and then that goes on the top. That forms the counterbalance on the other side. So there is your Hurid-327 loader droid. Alright, you guys, so there is the loader droid. It has a fair amount of posability and functionality to it, where you can pose, the arms pretty well. You can rotate the elbows in. You can bend these wrists down to give it a little bit of character. It's a pretty versatile little build, and I think it really captures the look pretty well. And if you're curious how it scales next to a minifigure, here's a Finn minifigure next to it. And if you remember from that shot in the trailer, it is a fair bit taller than a human, so I think it's acceptable, the size difference in here. A cool little bit of trivia about this is that it was actually performed by a stunt woman inside of the body, upside down, and she was holding onto the legs with her hands and doing kind of an interesting circus performing kind of trick to get this thing to walk, which I think is just so fascinating. And these guys can also be seen in, they've popped up in other movies since. There was one in the Solo movie, which I believe was yellow. And so if you guys want to go ahead and create these and populate the background of your scenes with them and do different colors, hey, go for it. I mean, yeah, they're fair game at this point. Alright, you guys, so if you guys enjoyed the video, I really appreciate the like and the share and the subscribe and all that good stuff to help the channel to grow, you guys know. And I will be posting up for free the digital model of this so that you guys can get the parts that you need to be able to build one. The links will be in the description. Alright, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm going to hopefully continue to expand out the series of things that LEGO never gave us in this series. So yeah, stick around and check out the next one, and until then, I'll talk to you guys soon, and may the Force be with you.